So, one thing that I've never figured out, and I've worked a lot of different jobs in my life, retail related, is why managers will lose their minds when corporate shows up. Because, for the most part, now, granted, I've worked at some jobs where they have just shown up out of the blue, completely unannounced. But for the most part, you know that corporate is going to show up either on a specific day or sometime in that week time frame. So why is it that a lot of businesses and managers will wait until the very last moment to try and get everything presentable for corporate? Because if I was a corporate person, I would much rather know that my employees are prioritizing themselves and not, killing themselves doing extra hours to get the store looking nice, or, making sure that everybody knows what the game plan is, or this, that, and the third. Because a lot of the times, things will get lost in translation. Because you will have managers that will say one thing, and another manager will say a different thing, and then that manager will ask about that one specific thing, but we've all heard something different from a different manager, and that other manager is very confused as to why there's two different numbers getting thrown around. Like, can we not all just sit down and be like, okay, corporate's coming sometime in this week. These are the numbers that need to be known. These are the things that need to be done. And if those things don't get done, it's not the end of the world. Corporate's not just gonna fire everybody because one thing is not done correctly. They might get on to the management staff, and then the management staff get on to the employees, that sort of thing. But they're not going to be like, oh, you didn't do X thing when you were supposed to do QRV thing, so everybody's gone. That's not how it works. It's never been how it works. It takes something egregious for everyone and their mother to get fired from a location. So I don't understand why managers will stress out so much, because that stress trickles down to the employees, to where the employees are miserable when corporate is coming or is already here, to the point where the employees will mess up more in front of corporate than they would not being in front of corporate. So it's like, why does the corporate world and or your higher up managers stress people out so much to the point where they can't function anymore? I have never understood that. Anytime I've been told that we have corporate coming when I've been a assistant manager or just a regular salesperson, I'm just like, cool. I don't care. Because I view it as I'm going to treat whatever higher-ups that are coming to speak to me with the same respect that I'm going to treat our janitor. Same thing with the CEO. The CEO of my company comes to me and he's expecting me to be afraid that I'm going to get fired on the spot. That's not a healthy work environment. I should be able to look at the CEO and be like, okay, this is what we've been doing. This is what we plan on doing. This is what we are focusing on. It shouldn't be a case of the CEO walk in and I feel like I'm about to shit my pants. I don't know when or how it got to that point in corporate society, but it is asinine. I'm not gonna bend over backwards for my higher ups just to be like, oh, I'm doing everything by the book. Because not everything has to be by the book. You can tweak things that the book tells you to do and make it your own. Make it your own so that it works for you. Because that book was designed by somebody 20 years ago that doesn't exist in today's working society. Or they're going off of a bunch of recommendations that a bunch of higher ups have all said. Let me be able to tweak the process to make it me, and I'll be fine. But you wanting to try to correct me on a process that a lot of the times it's antiquated and or should be able to be manipulated to make it your own thing, you're going to get on to me for trying to be a better salesperson? That doesn't make sense to me. Like, not everything is cookie cutter in this world. It never has been and never will be. I don't know. I've never liked when corporate comes for visits, because it doesn't affect me personally, because I'm like, okay, corporate's here, cool. They're gonna ask me how I feel about things. I'm gonna give them partial, honest truths as well as what they want to hear, because at the end of the day, I want to keep my job. I'm not gonna be like, oh, everything sucks. I don't know. When it comes to corporate, I've never freaked out, because I'm going to give them my honest opinion on how I feel things are going, as well as also reinforce that with things that they're wanting to hear, because I've never looked at it as a case of, oh, everything is fucked and everybody sucks kind of deal, because I know what I bring to the company to help the company succeed. And it's just like everybody around me is like falling apart at the seams, or so it seems. And I'm like, they're just people. They either busted their tail to get to where they are, or they mooched up to the right people. It's one of those two things. They're just people. They were in our position at one point. They've probably forgotten what it's like to be in our position. But at one point in time, they were what we are now. They have just moved up in the world. And it's like, okay, cool. Congratulations. I'm not going to put you on this supposed pedestal to make you feel better about yourself. I'm going to treat you with the same respect that you treat me. Why is that so complicated for people to wrap their heads around? Like, every time corporate comes, they were like, oh, we have to be here. We have to be here, otherwise we're gonna be failing. And it's like, let them see you for what you are. And then after the fact, at the end, whenever they're about to leave, they want to go over all that kind of stuff, by all means. But trying to put on this facade of, oh, everything's perfect and we're doing everything by the books is so dumb to me. I've never understood it. And I don't think I ever will. And if I ever got to the point of being a higher up and went for a visit, I'm going to tell them to not stress out. It's okay. I want to see how the store is running on a day-to-day basis, not the perfection version that everybody thinks that they're supposed to put on every time a higher up comes to visit. Because that gives the higher ups a false sense of reality So whenever things aren't actually going well, they're like, well, when I was there, it was great. So I don't know what's going on. Like, it's so dumb. I needed to rant about this on my lunch break. But yeah, rant over. If you want to hear more lunchtime rants, please let me know in the comments. I will gladly go on more rants. I will probably not wear a white shirt every time because I'm washing myself out, as I can tell. But yeah, if you want me to do more lunchtime rants, I will gladly make this a series. Hope you guys enjoyed me ranting, because I just needed to rant and get it off of my chest. If you did enjoy this video, give it a big thumbs up. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.